my question to you, good sir, is do we think Drake still has it in him to continue at his peak? Has he peaked or not? What's up, guys? Welcome to the Code 99 Podcast, Episode 8. I'm one of your hosts, Myron. I got here my co-host, Carlton. What's up, Carlton? How you doing?
What's goody? What's goody? Feeling.
What we been doing, bro? What's up, bro? Talk to me.
And just been hectic times. I ain't gonna lie. Before we even get into that, just want to give a shout out to our third co-host Rodney, who's not gonna be with us today.
Yep.
So y'all might know him as Sprad. Hope all is well. You know we here for you. We gonna hold it down. You already know. Just make sure you come back with your questions. Be ready, all right?
Yeah, be ready with your hosting
bro.
powers, bro. Shout out to Sprad. Yeah, today is a two-man squad, but
two-man squad for the time. But you know, we got to keep the ball rolling. So what's been happening? Just life, man. You know, just going through things. Just
podcast life.
Having it's podcast life. Been born to podcast life. You know, I'm still doing my physical therapy. Still doing this stuff for my workers' comp. I had to get myself an attorney.
Bro, it's getting warmer, so I'm about to start going out more, taking more flicks. Finally, got to take a mean break because it was too cold.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been out this past week and it just felt beautiful outside. It just feels good, but a lot more people outside too. But I've been keeping my distance. Screw that.
1000%.
My distance for sure. But Bobby Lashley the champion.
Big facts. I'm glad he's champion. I'm glad he's champion. I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because he's been long overdue, bro. He should have been champion like back in 2007 when he should have been John Cena for it a long time ago.
You know what's crazy about that? I think last episode we was talking about it. I didn't even think they was gonna let him win it against the Miz. I thought they was gonna do some BS, and they showed that in that episode because like they had 3 matches in one night because he kept on trying to weasel his way out of it, but they didn't let him. They really gave Bobby Lashley that championship. I respect what they did. They played with us. I guess they acknowledged that by letting Miz try all his antics, and he still won it. And on top of that, he defended it. Miz is out the way. So, what you think is gonna happen next for him?
Shit, I'm happy that Miz got the championship a second time, so he's now a 2-time champion. Even if he was to transition, though, he should have been had it for a while too when he was on SmackDown doing all that. He was face and shit. But yeah.
No, for sure. I think even his last IC title run, he could have been a champion the way he was running the show. I know it made the IC title, more prestigious, but as far as who's the face, he should have been a champion. But ain't that crazy that the Miz is a 2-time champion? Bobby Lashley just won his first one.
Yeah, I told you, bro. Like it's long overdue, bro. It's
23rd WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, right?
He's like the 5th. He's like the 5th, something like that.
They showed him. I mean, like not like World Champion, but like WWE Champion.
Oh, WWE Champion, like WWF Champion. I think he might be like the 3rd, maybe 4th.
It was like Rock, Kofi, and then him. We not talking about the other team.
No, you're forgetting about Ron Simmons, bro. The first Black World Champion, like WWE
That's
Champion.
No. From what they told me, the WWE Champion doesn't like count as the actual. Obviously, like it's a World Championship belt. The World Championship belt that Ron Simmons got wasn't the same belt that he had, or that they have now. Whatever. I don't know. It's some weird crap.
I know what you're talking about. It's super rare how they do that shit.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, wasn't The Rock's father champion as well?
Nah, he was a tag team champion. I don't think he was a world champion.
Well, he was trash.
Bro, the way they talk about all these old wrestlers sometimes, like, damn, he didn't really do much, but like he's up there, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
Don't mind me if y'all hear me taking a sip of my morning cup of Joe. It's morning time. What we doing right now? Gotta get refreshed.
Yeah.
So what you think about AEW? Did you see Revolution?
It was alright. It was I mean, yeah, it was fun. Like I said, like it was fun. Like nothing crazy, to be honest. Um, I'm just glad I get to see Kenny Omega wrestle, bro, because he's been like the best in the world for the longest. So
Yeah, and he got the belt. He's like doing this cross. He like leading the cross brand with him and TNA, AEW and TNA. I think that's real dope. And then you got John Moxley bringing in New Japan Pro, doing great with that. Remind me of
bro,
the Alliance days.
Tony Khan, bro, he's just a billionaire. He's like, screw it, bro. I'm gonna try to make as much money as I can. I'm gonna milk the shit out of AEW. That's what he's doing, bro. But in
No, it's
reality, it helps wrestling in general because like, bro, Kenny Omega's about to be like he's about to be Impact World Champion too, bro. Like I feel like it's happening. So be ready for that. And he's already AAA World Champion. He's AEW World Champion, and so he's gonna be Impact World Champion, bro. It's about to be serious.
I wouldn't be surprised. He deserves it. Like if you're gonna like get like in order for him to get that respect, like compared to WWE, they would need to do that for him because we all know like if he was on WWE, he regardless of what Vince McMahon does with him or not, he would be like the best wrestler in there. So, well, I learned more about him once Chris Jericho went to Japan Pro. That's when I learned more about him because I didn't really know. I know him. I knew the Bullet Club, I knew all that, but once like who I think it was I think Seth Rollins took one of his moves and Sheamus took one of his moves.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never. What? It's Kenny Omega's moves?
Yeah, one of Kenny Omega's moves. They both had like one of his like signature moves as their own, and it was just like once I was like, who is this Kenny Omega guy?
Oh,
like,
you talking about his? It was Seth Rollins, and he took his knee, his V trigger.
Move. Yeah, and then but Sheamus also he had like like it's like a bro kick, but he uses the knees instead.
Oh, I don't know about that move.
I think Kenny Omega does that as well. But yeah, so it was cool. Like actual indie wrestlers getting their respect and be seen on these grand stage and being compared to WWE. I think that's dope. And then MJF just left the Inner Circle last night.
Oh, you spoiled it for me, bro. I didn't watch it.
Oh, all right. I won't tell you no more.
I haven't seen it, bro. I haven't seen shit.
Oh, damn. A lot happened. A lot happened last night. Me saying that just tells you the the crop of it. Like there was a lot to it. So,
bro, I'm in shock now.
That, but last night was cool.
I'm about to go.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I'm about to stop podcasting and go watch it.
Podcast later. Nah. All right. So, we leave that for later. I saw the All-Star game. I thought the 3-point contest was crazy. Steph Curry, he did his thing. I think he had 31 in one round. That was dope. Crazy. He put the slam dunk contest in the middle of the game, the middle of the All-Star game, which was weird, but kind of like that dynamic. You could tell no one was really trying to play hard. It was just a fun game. We got to see Steph Curry and Dame Lillard not even go at it, but they was on the same team doing their thing. I think that was cool. In LeBron won. Giannis had like 35 points, 16 for 16. He was doing all the crazy shit that he should be doing in the game, but he rather just drive to the basket and lose. But else, you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, the All-Star game was alright. Nothing, like I said, everything was okay this weekend. Honestly, it was fun to see like the All-Star game because it's fun watching all those boys have fun and stuff. But like I was telling you before, it's so weird watching like these like new stars take over the league. Like I don't think like they're good. Don't get me wrong. I like some of them too. It's just I don't think they carry the precedence of like a Kobe or LeBron or even a Steph Curry. So it's kind of like weird seeing them like out there. I mean, I'm so happy for them to be all stars and stuff like that. Like eventually they're gonna have Bron, and then we're gonna have to pass the torch anyway, right?
Yeah, for a fact. I mean, I get what you mean though, because when you see them, they look like babies now. I always think about that. I'm like, why can't I see them like as stars? Why can't I see them take over? Even though they might have 40-point games, they might. They do a lot, and just like when you see them, and just like I don't know, something's up. But I'm like thinking about it, like when we, growing up, when we watched LeBron and even Durant and stuff, like we were younger, we were like high school, in college, they were older than us. Now we looking at them like kids, and we seeing these babies play. If you think about it, I don't know. It is weird because even when I see Trae Young, like everyone talk about Trae Young, and I'm just like, yo,
Bro,
you care about
shout out to him. Shout out to him because he balls, but
he does ball though, and that's what I'm like. I'm just realizing, it's just a new style of play, and you just gotta just gotta adapt to it. Young stars like a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I don't think they reached that peak yet, so like we don't really see it because they haven't won anything. They haven't shown anything more than just individual skill. I think that's what's happening right now. We just seeing more players with individual skills and not like a team game. So see more one-on-ones, and we don't see them like how do you win? Everybody just scoring. Everybody, who's the lead scorer right now?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's Bradley Beal, and I think he has like 32 games. It's just like
that's another dude. Like he came out hot off of college, and it was like, okay, I don't know. Like this is weird. Maybe I'm just like I'm conditioned to see the game one way. So
yeah, I'm like, yo, Bam Adebayo, he's a center in the NBA right now. He's a natural power forward. Like forward used to be 6'11". Straight up, if you 6'11", you're a power forward. Like if you're not 7 feet, you can't be considered a center. You're too small. Now you could be 6'5", 6'6", and be a center, stretch the floor. It's like what's this guy name? Play PJ Tucker, and it's just like wow, they everything's different. It's different now, so
that is true.
You just gotta watch this game.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Myron from the Code 99 Podcast, and I'm here to tell you how you can help us make the podcast better. You can go to your Apple Podcast, your Spotify, or your platform of choice and leave us a comment review. This helps us with our visibility and helps us be better. So don't forget to follow us at Code 99 Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Here we're going to fill you in on what's going on with the podcast and update you, the listeners. Free feel to reach out to us and comment and like and all that stuff. And plus, we get to interact with you guys, our listeners, which is really important so we can build that audience. Catch you on the next episode and see what we unlock. But yeah, bro, I have the perfect topic for today, bro. I have the perfect topic that we want to talk to you about. I want to bring to the table. I don't know if you heard the new tracks by Drake over the weekend. He just dropped them on Friday. The Scary Hours Part 2.
Cool. Yes, sir.
So, my question to you, good sir, is do we think Drake still has it in him to continue at his peak? Has he peaked or not? Because like I heard the 3 songs. Like my favorite one is the Rick Ross, of course, but like the other 2, like they're alright. They're not like a Drake track, but like it sounds like he's trying to atone to the audience of today. But I don't know. Like I feel like he's just how much longer can he keep going? You know.
I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be hard to say because, like, first of all, to be honest, when I first heard the 3 tracks, the first thing I think was I just want to listen to some other Drake, but not like in a bad way, and more in a way like it reminded me of the old Drake songs. And you got to think about like how long he's been out for. He's been dominating the game for like over 10 years. Like, what his first studio album was what 2009, right? Oh no, that's when So Far Gone came out, right? But he's been out since what? Been out since like 2006, bro. Like I remember listening since like Degrassi. Like, I remember like hearing him. Degrassi. Dude got shot in the chair. Then he just started rapping because he couldn't play ball. I was like, yo, this dude is nice. And he came out with a lot of songs. He came out with a song with Chase Songz, Replacement Girl. Remember, you ever heard of Comeback Season?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've never heard. I wasn't listening to Drake when he dropped Comeback Season, to be honest, but I know what Comeback Season is.
Yeah, exactly. That's a throwback, but that's from 2007, bro. That's from all the way from 2007. And he had songs with Pusha T and Clips. When they were Clips. He had a few songs that came out like even before he came out. I think it was his first big song was with Lil Wayne. Hey, think about it. Like think about how long he been dominating. His first song, Lil Wayne Ransom. Ever since then, everyone said, "Yo, was he even better than Lil Wayne?" Since then, he had that comparison. So from '09 to what now or 2018, I think that was his like last album. But even though he came out with Dark Lane demo tapes in 2020,
True.
yeah, Scorpion came out in 2018.
Yeah, he didn't drop
So
an
like,
album in.
how many guys?
What happened?
What you said?
No, I'm saying he didn't drop an album in 2019. I think.
Yeah, I don't think he dropped the album in 2019. I think if anything, he dropped like another
No, because I know
mixtape.
but it wasn't 20. No, because I know one year he dropped the throwaway tape where like it was like all the throwaway songs that like you only can listen on SoundCloud or on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
The care package or whatever he called it. Like he literally, I mean, he literally took all his throwaways, like his underground shit that he used to drop and put them in the album.
That did come out in 2019.
Yeah, you see, like
exactly.
that's one thing. No, I give him credit to him though. He's still relevant all this time, like no matter what he's doing.
So like, I mean, to say he dropped is he's still at his peak, and then you got to also think like who else would take his spot? Like, okay, we heard all of Drake. Like, can we be mad if he didn't hear a new style of Drake right now? And he had like how many flows? Like, you can name them. You can name them all. But he been dominating. Who's dominated for 10 years in the game?
Oh, well, I mean, older people, like the older generation.
What, Michael Jackson?
No,
Like,
I'm talking about wow. I'm talking about like Jay-Z's and Nas and stuff like that. They've been like they've been holding it down for a longer.
oh no. I mean, yeah, Jay, you could say that for sure. Jay,
Even Kanye to a certain extent.
yeah, but like I'm talking about number one in the game. Like Jay-Z, when he first came out, you had Biggie, and then he passed away, and then he kind of had his rise. But he had his rise at the same time, like Bad Boy was having his rise. But he had his rise, and he was a man. But he started falling off around like 2004. He said he got in the game around 96, 97, and fell off around 2004, 2005. I think his last great album was what
Black Album.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, Black Album. And then I think the next one was like Encore or something, right? And that's when people was like,
No.
That's when people.
No, he dropped Black Album 2003, and then he dropped Kingdom Come in '06. He retired, remember, to be CEO of Def Jam. But he dropped that album.
Yeah. Okay, boom, and you have it, and then that's when everything started falling down, right? So he had have a full 10 years. Like Drake dominated the whole time. Like,
yeah, but that's two different. Two different eras of music because, like, you know, like it was like essentially the digital age and stuff like that. So like, yeah, he had to drop the tapes, but you know, we were all on thatpiff.com downloading the tapes and shit like that with Wayne and stuff. So it was kind of, I guess it was easier to stay relevant
during that time. It was Lil Wayne is different, and see, this is where you have to give some respect to Lil Wayne because Drake, he had talent. Like I remember, just like before So Far Gone, even during So Far Gone, everything was just raw talent, and we all know Lil Wayne for just knowing how to just spit, make a hit, make a good song and just throw it out. Like he don't need a whole bunch of people, he don't need a whole bunch of songs, it was straight up just hits, and then he just threw out his mixtapes though. He gave Drake that talent of just keep it going, like even if it's. I think one thing people like discredited Wayne for was the fact that all his songs sound the same. He was like, yo, he can make a mixtape, but they all say the same shit. Weezy F baby, blah blah blah. But when it comes to Drake just like his voice and his sound itself, it's just like obviously it's just pure talent. As you see, it's always everything he comes out with is number one. So like just to give him that talent to like keep it going, just keep running with it, and just like just keep that momentum without stopping, or just knowing how to just make a track, a beat without like losing. I guess you could say that momentum or writer's block or whatever. Like Lil Wayne definitely taught him that, and that's what kept his longevity. That's what kept him dominating throughout that time.
So you're saying that he's not even close to falling off?
Saying I don't know. I'm saying he's been dominating for so long. How can we really like? How can we say that? Like we heard the 3 songs. Okay, I get it, but like Certified Lover Boy is about to come out. We need to hear that first before we say okay, maybe he's falling off. I think I wouldn't say Scorpion was his best album or like that one topped any other album he had. I think Views was his last really great album. To be honest,
I
but
don't.
like
To be honest, I don't.
it,
Views and Scorpion, like
like
they're
Views.
good albums. I don't think they're like great albums. I feel like they both have hidden gems in it.
Okay, so how many albums he has out right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only has 5 studio albums out right now. So what are your top 3 albums?
Oh, that's easy. Take Care. Nothing Was the Same. And to be honest, I really liked More Life. That was really good cause I like the fact that it was like all his styles and incorporated everything he's attempted, you know, in his career. He had Jamaican Drake on there. You had London rap Drake, you know, like it
Yeah.
yeah, like it was really different, and like you could hear it through this, like all the songs, how like each track is different. I generally listened to that song, like that album back to back, and it was like, okay, this is like that's what I was
That's
asking.
another
But then I feel like that's when he was peaking. But then he dropped Views. And
Life
Views
was
was
like a
alright.
mixtape though.
Huh?
Life was more of a mixtape. It wasn't like a studio album.
I could have
So
sworn
he
it was a studio album,
he
bro.
got a lot of mixtape. Nah, it's not a studio album.
Bro,
He called it a
if you
playlist.
make a revenue off of something, that's an album, bro.
But everyone makes revenue off of it. Everything is streamed now, even if it doesn't count as a studio album. You can make like he could like Care Package. It's like or Scary Hours too.
Well,
It's,
no, that's no, but Care Package he packaged as a like a, yo, I'm gonna put this so I can make some money. That was a
Yeah.
smart move, bro, because like I said,
he
like
made money off of Dark Lane demo tapes.
yeah, but again, I think that's just
He made money off of What a Time to Be Alive. He made money off of So
but
Far
what time
Gone. Not
Be
as
Alive
much.
is supposed to be an album, bro.
No. They make it as an album, but it's not like a studio album because track legalities. So here's his 5 studio albums. You got Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Fuse, and Scorpion. And then
So
his
you
6
telling me
studio
he
albums.
only has like five albums?
He only has 5 studio albums. He has a lot of work of art. That's a difference. That's where we have to go, and really dig deep into Drake because it's like go for studio albums. They have 5, I have 5 work of arts. Go into his mixtapes, and I'm gonna go to his EPs and his extended play. So first his mixtapes. You got Room for Improvement. You got Comeback Season. You got So Far Gone. If you're reading this, it's too late. That's supposed to be an album too that he just threw out, but that has controversy. We'll talk about in a second. What a Time to Be Alive with Future, More Life, and Dark Lane demo tapes. See, he has a lot of music. Only 5 studio albums right now. The thing is this, he came out during the time when streams were popular. So like maybe his first album or his first 2 albums, they're mostly off of record sales, Like from like people going into the stores and buying the albums. But after
Take
that,
Care and Thank Me Later are definitely based on like retail sales.
yeah, for sure. But nothing was the same, kind of. But that's when everyone started like, leaking and streaming. And that's
That's a
when
peak of like when streaming became a thing. Like
switch
that's
happened.
2003, 2013. I mean, they get 2003. Whoa.
Yeah, so at that time, it was easier once streaming happened. It was easier for artists. It was easier for artists to just release music because everything is on streaming platforms. So you just release it, online.
That
So
viral bug, bro. Is easy.
so when it came to like if you're reading this, it's too late. That's when he dropped it out of the blue. He didn't know. What a Time to Be Alive, More Life, Dark Lane demo tapes. He was able to promote it the same way he would promote a regular album, but they don't necessarily count as a studio album, you know. But I mean, if you want to count them, you can. If you want to just talk about his work of arts, we could go top 5 work of arts. You know what? I'll share my top 5. I'll do work of arts since he got a lot of music, so I'm gonna do my top 5 work of arts. Number 1 is Nothing Was the Same, and my number 1, and that's just because of Worst Behavior. I love that whole thing. I think it's more of like a memory because I was out in the UK and I was just blasting that being me, having fun out there. but it'd be Nothing Was the Same. It'd be Take Care, Views, More Life, and I would say So Far Gone. That would be my top 5
I mean, to be honest,
albums for him.
I don't even really have a top 5. It's more like, cause Take Care is his best album, period, to me. But when it comes to Drake, it's all about his singles and stuff like that. Like, I feel like the tracks represent him more than an album does, if that makes sense.
That's a fact, and that's why he made Care Package. Those tracks, he'll make like 1 or 2 tracks at a time, put it out, and then people would just loop it.
Bro, like 4 p.m. in Calabasas is that's a tough track. Like that's a good, like, and that's supposed to be like a freestyle type thing. And I don't know. I like when Drake. To be honest, my favorite Drake has never been singing Drake. It's always been the Drake where he just comes out and just like does his thing. Like he has tunnel vision. He's on the mic. He just goes bar for bar.
I'm trying to think what's his like number one. I think his like. He has so many singles. I think he broke the record, right? He broke the record for most number ones ever.
Something like that. Yeah, I think he's close up there, or he's close or already up there, to be honest. Well, because he dropped so many singles, bro. Like, look, back to back got nominated for a Grammy. That's supposed to be a diss track, bro.
Yeah, back to back. We gonna play this shit back to back,
bro. I remember 2015 playing the shit out of that song because it was just like, okay, it's not even just only catchy, but he's like shitting on Meek Mill's life, bro. Like that was not fair.
Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to talk about that history. Do you know the history between that beef and how it started?
I just know that Meek, what you call it? Meek called him out for having a ghostwriter, which I think is bullshit because it takes more than one person to write a song, and I don't know why it's like such a thing in rap game where like someone helps you with a fucking track.
All right, so here it goes. So I can understand that, right? I think there's 2 different things. It's like there's a difference between like a mainstream artist or just like an artist, period, hip hop artist, whatever you want to call it, and like an actual lyricist and a rapper, or MC. Understand? So like a hip hop artist or just any artist, they might have a songwriter. When it comes to rap, you're expected, well, at least when it comes to the origins of rap, you were expected to write your own rhymes. Like it's like poetry. You're not gonna recite someone else's poem. You're gonna recite your own poem. You understand? You're gonna recite your own poetry. So like it's like you using someone else's words and like reciting it as if it's yours. Like in a rap game, you know, it has a little stigma to it. So it was more than just ghostwriting. Like so. It started off with him saying that like he had a ghostwriter in Quentin Miller, and in his and I think it was Rico. You might get hit with the Rico, right? He said he would have never put that on his album if he knew that Drake was using a ghostwriter. So Drake had a ghostwriter. Quentin Miller made that song, and that song was released like the original with Quentin Miller on it, and it sounds just like it. But now on top of that, when it comes to if you're reading this, it's too late, right? It was basically a reference album for Drake. Like it was like multiple songs. It was a bunch of songs, most of his hits, where it was like he would give him the whole chorus. He'd give him like not, and Drake would like obviously doing his own style and switch up some of the words and like within the verses. But you can hear, well, it's like, wow. And I was like, I think that was the first time we ever heard that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, in the rap game, like, obviously you have songwriters. Like, Neo wrote for other people. Even Drake wrote for other people. But in a rap game, it's supposed to be your own words. And that was the first time it was ever exposed on such a stage. And again, like, this is all new to everybody else. So it's like...
It shouldn't be new. People will be writing songs for everybody for man long. You think Michael Jackson wrote his own songs? I don't think so, bro. It's like Quincy Jones wins Grammys too.
This is different. Again, this is rap. It's your own lyrics. Understand? It's supposed to be your own words. It's not supposed to be someone else's words. So that's where the stigma came. But obviously he beat that because like it's changed. The game's changed. The game is different different. It's no longer what it used to be. So like you're gonna have your mainstream artists. Like at the end of the day, Drake got the voice. Drake, people want to hear his sound. People look up to Drake at this point. You know, people want to take his style. People want to do his like hairstyle and everything like that. So he's more than just, you know, his own lyricist. And like I don't think nothing bad about Drake when it comes to that. For the fact that I know he wrote for other people. Period.
That's another good point in it. Like longevity talk, because people do want to like copy him and mimic him, and like he's transcended the music, and like where he wants to get back into acting, and look, he was just in the State Farm commercial for Super Bowl and shit like that. So and he does, and you know, like the whole Jordan collabs and you know, the Nike stuff, like
the Toronto Raptors ambassador.
Yeah.
All that, like some of it is what Jay-Z started, but he's expanding it to the next level. And yo, on top of that, even Diddy gave him his kudos. During the pandemic, Diddy had this thing on Instagram Live, IG Live, called like a Diddy Dance-a-thon. He was just having like all different type of actors, actresses, like all celebrities just coming in. Drake was one of them. Megan Thee Stallion was there. There's a whole bunch of people. Lala, everybody was there. So he told Drake straight up. He was like, "Yo, Drake, you are now top 5 all time. I give you." And he gave that to him straight up. This is coming from Diddy, a legend himself. Now,
a legend in thievery, but yeah, whatever. We can keep it going.
yeah, but like, so he has. I think Drake has that respect. But and think about it, Cardi has Ghost Riders too, but it's a difference. So like, but you're not gonna compare. You can't really compare Drake to like Rakim. You can't compare Drake to like a Tupac, because Tupac had his own word. Everybody, you know, back in the day they had their own words. Now it's a little different. And then you think about trap and mumble rap now, all this other shit. Like, you motherfuckers don't even use lyrics like that. Select few do. Most of it is just sound now. That's what like Drake broke that barrier. You understand? So
well, he wasn't the one broke it, but he definitely like put it on a bigger stage. Because I think he's definitely influenced by like the Kanye's of the world and stuff like that. So.
And the only reason why we could think, oh, he might not, you know, be as hot is because he slowed down. He hasn't like try to make music like he used to. If you think about it, like
I don't even think he needs to, bro. I think he's set.
Like if he stopped today, he's a legend and do whatever else he wants. But like he says, oh, for the next 3 years, I'm gonna put out consistent music. He's gonna control the game, and then you got another part to it as far as him on his decline. Who is taking his spot right now? If he's still coming out with music, whose music is gonna be compared to his or can like match up to his within the hip hop community?
It goes back to like the basketball talk earlier. I like the last group of people to come out with the J. Cole's and the Kendricks and the Drakes, like they held the game on for so long that I don't think there's anyone who's going to ever be able to like to top them or eclipse them. Like anyone trying to do that is gonna be like so not so par, because I don't want to like shit on their like career or their work. It's just they're not gonna be up there on that level. The only person that's probably up there right now is a little baby, because he's just putting out work after work after work. And I literally know like a couple tracks from him. I don't listen to him like that crazy, to be honest. But he's everywhere, so he's doing something right? He's appeasing the masses and stuff.
Sure. So like one thing we gotta understand too, because now we getting older. So like the popular artists that's out now doesn't connect to us like they connect to the younger crowd. So we don't see it as much as they do. You understand? Like as far as talents go, as far as records breaking and everything like that, I think Drake, like we like it's like, and we could compare it to basketball, right? We live in a time where like LeBron is out. Anyone else who's out during the time LeBron is out is not going to compare to LeBron because because of LeBron's greatness. We could all say whatever about him, like LeBron and Jordan, right? But if LeBron is out, LeBron is playing in the league right now, no one's going to be better regardless of his age, or you know what I'm saying, regardless of what he slowed down. Like his greatness is his greatness. Drake's greatness is Drake's greatness. So whoever out during the time Drake is out and is actively making music, they're not going to be able to top him. You understand? Because it's a difference from back in the day. Obviously, we could like all listen to his music back in the day and say it was more ambitious, it was hardworking, whatever. But he made it to the point where it's like he just has it. So and he's mastered his sound. He's mastered so many different sounds that he could just put out music whenever he wants to, if he feels inspired to. Unless you like wants to get into, like you said, more acting or anything else in the future.
Not so much as opening the doors to like. I know he works directly with Party Next Door, and he worked directly with Weekend, but like all the knobs too, the Navs. Or how do you say his name? Whatever. But yeah, all these like people from like Canada too. They came out here to like want to do the same thing, and they're doing their thing.
Exactly. And then it's not like with Kanye. Kanye, he obviously was trying to keep his relevancy when Drake was out, but like, you see how Drake kind of took his spot. I don't think there's anyone who could take Drake's spot.
I don't think Drake kind of took his spot. I just think Kanye went to go do other things.
Nah, Drake took his spot.
Nah, I don't.
Kanye said it. Huh? Kanye said it. Kanye said when him and Jay-Z put out Watch the Thrones because they knew Drake was coming. It was like they were trying to keep their relevancy. They were trying to keep their.
That's too much. I think that's too much credit to Drake and or whatever, because Kendrick and J. Cole were coming too, and I arguably put them up right there with Drake, if not a little bit higher, only because of the group, the collection of work. Drake is only up there to me. Drake is only up there for relevance, which is why I brought the topic, because of when is he gonna peak? Because like he keeps going, and then the other two slow down, and arguably you can say those three were like the next big three, and they were like the kings on the thrones, and people were looking up to in this era, you know.
Yeah. No, for a fact, J. Cole and Kendrick definitely on his level when it comes to that, but that's where the difference is when it comes to hip hop artists and lyricists. Like those two are known lyricists. Like they sure don't have like well, maybe now, but they don't have ghostwriters. They like, you know, they make their own music. They've been making their own lyrics and they keep it that way, and that's why they don't make albums and make music as much as Drake did, because it's like internally them, and it has to come from their inspiration in their life. You understand? And now they're at the point in life where they're good. You know, they got their money and they got their success, and they can live their life the way they want to live their life. Kendrick Lamar don't even like doing interviews. That's why you don't see him in a lot of interviews. And you can see J. Cole, he's kind of more reserved. Like Drake was like, I'm gonna fucking take over this game. Like, and that was what his main goal was, you know? He dove into it. He got into the beats. He got into the dramas. J. Cole and Kendrick, even if they had drama, they was a lot more reserved.
So
you understand?
Do you think he ever even gives leeway to new artists to even try to take this spot? Because I don't feel like new artists really do that. I mean, maybe Drake did it to a certain extent, but the people he like not mentor, but like he wingman, I guess, into the game, you want to say, like they aren't as big as him, even with his robe, you know. So because you know, Jay-Z at the end of the day helped Kanye, and Kanye even helped Big Sean and Travis to a certain extent, even Drake to a certain extent. He influenced him and all that stuff, right? And the Gambinos and all that stuff. Shit, even J. Cole made a whole song about how he like Kanye fell from grace, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
I remember that. Oh.
But yeah, I don't think there's even like, is he ever going to give it up? This man's like what, 34 now?
I mean, like you said, he's featured other artists. Like he just made a song with Lil Baby, and Lil Baby is one of the hottest artists now. But again,
Baby didn't need him to make that big. Baby was getting big already.
Exactly. Oh yeah, obviously Drake's gonna keep relevancy, but like anybody with a song with Drake, anyone's gonna want to get a song with Drake and just have that.
Anyone's gonna want a song with Kanye because it's just gonna like everyone's gonna listen to it. Shit, I listened to like what was that dude's name? I forgot his name. The guy who did the Roses song, that's like the TikTok song and shit. But he dropped a song with Kanye, and I had to go listen to it only because Ye was on it.
I get that. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, obviously the name is gonna pop. Just again, Drake is still active in his career. I think J. Cole and Kendrick is definitely on his level, but they come out when they want to come out, and which is like just lesser known. Like we could go through his albums and see like the time spans of when the last album was, like, and we don't know when their next album is going to be because I don't
We
think
still
that's
waiting on
different.
that collab album, bro. Where's that shit at, bro? Come on,
You
J.
know
Cole,
what I mean?
Kendrick.
Like, we still have that to worry about. We thinking about, and we can't even get that. I mean, but I think that's more like a contract, more contractual.
Oh, maybe.
The only
So
reason why, like, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You finish your thought.
I was gonna say the only reason why I say like talk about how no one's fucking with Drake is because those two are so reserved. J Cole and Kendrick. I don't want to discredit them at all because honestly, like growing up, I listened to them more than I listened to Drake. Like when Drake came out, obviously his songs hit, but like if I'm sitting in my crib, I'm gonna listen to J Cole and Kendrick more than I listen to just a Drake album. Drake albums like when you want to like hype and shit, you know.
Yeah.
If
It's
I'm
a
trying to chill,
like you want to dance and shit.
and
Yeah.
other lyrics, they talk more they talk more real. Like they talk with like it's like with topics with more substance, something that's like more relatable to like growing up
So,
in your
so,
neighborhood versus Drake. You talking about clubbing and business like those times.
so my question
But
to
songs
you.
hit and he got the
So my question to you is like, when do you think it stops? Like, when do you think he's like done? Drake is done.
he
34
got
years
a
old
good
now. He's about to drop his sixth studio album because I just learned that today, and
yeah.
it's 2021. Like
I think give him another 5 years just reigning, but the thing
another
I was
5 years in 2026, he's still gonna be like relevant like that to the point. Like,
oh, I don't know relevant. Nah, but he's always gonna be relevant. Like Kanye's still relevant. You understand? Kanye's like running for president. He just ran for president.
bro,
Like Kanye's still relevant. He's 40. But he stopped actively making music years ago. So we can't really say when will Drake stop being relevant. Like Drake
well,
is
not
really
relevant, but
popular.
what I'm saying, like, that's the question. Like, when is he gonna peak? When is it all done?
Man, that's when he wants it to be done, bro. Like we can't I can't answer that for you because again, like if it's not hip hop or music, he's gonna do something else. He's just a face and a figure that so obviously he got kids and he gonna like, want to settle down at one point, but him settling down doesn't mean him settling down means like I'm not gonna make music as active, but doesn't mean he ain't gonna pop up on SNL. Doesn't mean he ain't gonna try to do some acting gig or do some comedy skit or build his own businesses. Maybe when he gets in his 40s, he gonna like, okay, let me just do a different avenue where I'm not in the face of the public anymore. But I don't think that's now. I don't think it's like anytime soon. I think he's still really active.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
What do
that.
you think?
I listen, like I said, like he has so much other responsibilities with the kids and all the stuff and all the endorsements essentially. So like, I mean, if he really loves music, he'll never stop doing it. Essentially, he will even just take a backseat and start like producing more stuff like that.
Exactly.
Alexa, stop.
That's one thing. He don't have his that damn Alexa always
Yeah.
being nosy.
Oh yeah. No, she's telling me to take her
but
vitamins. But
take it back and say your prayers.
but I and
Yeah.
in reality, I have no clue, to be honest. Like, cause like he's just got the might. He just knows how to make a hit at the end of the day, whether he has help or not. Like hits. Like I said, like like whatever single he drops is gonna turn Twitter on fire. And especially as especially like the way he what's it called? The word I want, caters to the female audience with any track. Like he's gonna just
Yeah.
it's just gonna stick like glue. So like it's just a matter of like it's not a matter of if, like, it's just I just don't, bro. I honestly do not know, bro, because like I said, like even with the Scary Hours 2 thing, even though I don't like 2 out of the 3 songs, the second song, the second track on there with the Little Baby one's the one that's getting quoted. You know how he makes quoted songs frequently or whatever. So everyone's like singing like I got M's on my mind, like, so that's everywhere,
Yeah.
and that's not even like, it's not that good of a track. He just got a good hook in it, to be honest. Shout out to Lil Baby, he kills the track, but
Yeah.
but the Rick Ross track is like the one that's really like the best thing on that EP, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. He's slowing down. I mean, again, he don't have more styles How many more styles can he make? You know
But
what I
no,
mean? Like
the thing is that he just sounds the same most of the time too. Which is why it sparked the
we heard everything from him. Like,
true,
well, he's gonna sound the same after a certain point.
true.
Like, again, he's been dominating for so long. He has so many songs. Like, how can you know, like it might sound the same, but people gonna still bump to it. I could go off statistics and say, yeah, he's still gonna be rise. Like, I could get tired of his music and not want to hear it as much and just go back to his old stuff for sure. But that's the same thing with Kanye. Even though Kanye, he switches up his music, but he's like a musician, you know. He's a dude that was because he's more of a producer. So Drake again, he's an artist. So he done. Drake did so much in the game already. So regardless of if he falls off or not, I think he has his stamp. So it doesn't matter. Like when Beyonce comes out, you're gonna listen to Beyonce. When Jay come out, you're gonna listen to Jay. Like certain artists, even J. Cole and Kendrick, when they come out, you're gonna listen to it regardless of any criticism or what it sounds like. People are just gonna want to listen to it because they love that person. You understand?
shout outs to Drake because he's been holding out for so long. To be honest, because at the end of the day, we both went into the thing as soon as he dropped, right? We were so ready for like when he announced the song that Wednesday and then it dropped the Friday. We were just like, okay, we're gonna listen to this, right?
Yo, not even. I was like seriously just going on Twitter and I'm seeing like LeBron and PD tweeting about this shit. I'm like, what?
Once I found out he had a song with Rick Ross, I'm like, yo, I gotta immediately listen to that because him and Rick Ross, Uncle Ricky, they just go hard. So kudos to him to build kudos to him for building something like that. Like at the end of the day, hard work is hard work, right? He started from nothing to like make this, and I guess a Drake empire, I guess you want to call it. I don't know, but like it's gotten to a point where like when it comes to Drake, you have FOMO. Like you have to be in that conversation. Like you cannot miss a track or whatever because if you miss a track, you're like, damn, I'm behind. I have the feeling of like I got left out. So
yeah, and then think about all the beefs he had, all the drama that came out, all the crazy shit that all the crazy shit that happened, like in his life. When he first came on, he had like so many beef with so many rappers. When he even came to DMX, saying on him, Common even had a little beef with him. He had beefs with Meek Mill growing. Chris Brown had a big feud now, and we didn't even hear. I imagine like the next few years with him and Chris Brown making music. Like that's another thing. So there's more longevity from there. There's other artists that he had to reconcile with. Him and Kanye beef, and Push T beef. Just the exposure of him having, Ghost Riders making the album for him and just like having a kid that he was hiding, all the shit that came out, and he was able to take those blows and still come back strong every time. That's why it's hard to like Kanye, once the drama came out, he had to fall back and then build himself back up. Drake was just like boom, I'm gonna come right back at you. Fuck that. I'm still hot. I'm gonna just make it hit, make everyone forget. Like straight up. You understand? Like that's how it was. It's crazy. It's crazy.
but yeah,
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Drake, bro. Any closing thoughts?
Nah, I would say this though. I just yes or no. Is he falling off?
Nah, he's not falling off, bro. I don't think he's so down, but like I don't think he's there yet. Like I think I don't know to be honest. That's why
Slow down like LeBron, but
bro,
he
LeBron
ain't
played till
stopping.
40. LeBron's gonna play with Bronny Jr. Stop playing.
Exactly. They slow down when they want to slow down because that's how good they are. That's my that's my take on that. So, did we crack that?
Yeah, we cracked that. I think we did. I think we cracked the podcast for the day. Oh, crack the code. Sorry. Wow, it's still morning, bro.
We did crack the code for the day. Ronnie, get back here soon. All right, man. We out here shouting, rooting for you.
Yeah, word. Stay strong, bro. But this has been episode 8 from Myron. Episode 8 of the Code 99 podcast.
It's your boy Carl G signing out. Make sure y'all follow us on Code 99 Podcast at Code 99 Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, guys.
Yo, big facts. Follow us there. See you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
You know, man.